Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Stella, and you are at the Divine Light and Love Oracle channel. And today I'm coming to you with a special message that Spirit started to give to me last night, and it finally came full circle about an hour ago. And so last night we had some personal card pulls from a deck that I absolutely love called the True Love Reading Cards by Belinda Grace. And a card came out called Luminosity, and it was specifically talking about the Divine Feminine and how Divine Feminines need to be in their receptive energy in order for the Divine Masculine energy to come into balance properly. And so that really resonated with me, and I started giving it some thought. And I know how just within my own personal journey, I realized after doing some time travel in the Wayback Machine for myself, that I realized that at a very young age, I switched my energy. Even though by gender I'm a feminine, I developed very masculine traits, particularly when it came to taking action. I found that I was taking action out of fear of not getting my needs met. And so I began to give and be the leader, take charge. Now, being a feminine doesn't mean that you don't get to lead and take charge, but the manner in which I was doing it was definitely counterproductive to relationships. And so after reading that card, it really resonated with me, and I thought, okay, there's something more in this deck that I need to research and bring to the collective, because Spirit just kept showing me about the balance of the yin and the yang. So what I've done is I have pulled out the cards for the distorted Divine Masculine, the Divine Masculine, and Chivalry. And for the Divine Feminine, I've pulled out the Divine Feminine, the distorted Divine Feminine, the Divine Feminine, and Luminosity. And for the card to close is the Yin and the Yang, which is being able to balance your masculine and feminine energies. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, and we'll go ahead and get started in just a moment. Welcome to those of you who are here. I know this is totally an anomaly, because I would not typically be on right now doing this, but I just felt very strong prompting from Spirit that this is indeed the right thing to do to help the collective, help us in our journey, help us to get into union with ourselves, and to be prepared for union with a divine counterpart. So without further ado, let's get it started. Hi, I am Wada. Welcome. I know, I'm just like, surprise. Here we are. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the distorted masculine. And so this is the deck. You guys have to bear with me for a minute. I'm going to try to get everything focused nicely here. And again, it's from the Belinda Grace True Love Reading Cards. And this is the card for the Divine Masculine that is distorted. Okay. So, I know I start with the bad news first. No. I mean, there's a progression. We're going to build up to some positive things that are going to help us all in our journey. And so the card says this: be aware of where the distorted masculine may be showing up in your life. Let it go with love and live a fully blessed life now. And so, of course, oh, hi, yeah, I'm glad you dropped in. Of course, you can see in this card, the masculine literally looks like he is overwhelmed by the pressures of life and, you know, being in charge of his life, organized, building his finances, building his reputation, and, you know, the struggle is real. And then you have bank and police both show up on the card. So really governing his life in both the spiritual and in the natural. And so it says the distorted masculine is here for all of us to see every day of our lives. It is characterized by an unwillingness to trust, tending to ignore emotions and intuition, wanting proof of everything. Wow, that's a drop the mic moment, right? And insisting on a logical or rational approach. Part of the mode we all grew up with, to the greater or lesser extent, this old paradigm is now becoming obsolete. At first, we may still believe that the distorted masculine owns and runs this world. But if we look closer, we can see that his refusal to acknowledge the support and support the divine feminine is causing him to wither and die. We have created the society we live in today, irrespective of our gender. How long the distorted masculine continues to exert his power is up to each and every one of us. The distorted masculine loves bureaucracy, power for the sake of it, and separateness rather than togetherness. He tends to work within a win-lose dynamic, where there can only be one winner, one first prize. Taking advantage and taking whatever is available are seen as business as usual in this mode. So naturally, we see a lot of distorted masculine in the corporate environment and in the damage done to our forests and oceans. It's tempting to feel helpless in the face of such an intense force, but this dragon has a soft underbelly because without the feminine forces to feed him, he cannot survive. You've drawn this card because the distorted masculine is still influencing your life. Do you live by your clock and your diary, pushing everything aside until your work is done? Do you ignore your intuition or the messages from your body urging you to rest and relax? Are you afraid to feel your emotions for fear of being overwhelmed or appearing weak? Your angels and spirit guides want you to know that now is the time to bring this imbalance to your conscious awareness. Acknowledge it, bless it for what it has taught you, and let it go. It is time to live in and for the present without this influence. Whew, that is huge, you guys. Hello, Liz. Welcome, Guided by Angels. You guys, this is the beautiful Liz. Love her channel. You'll see on the little card that's going to pop up throughout the broadcast. This is Liz. Her channel is on that list of ones that I love, that I heart, that I go to for guidance and inspiration. So if you have a moment, please feel free to check out her channel, show her some love and support. She has some wonderful intuitive messages, particularly about the angels and this beautiful twin flame journey that we're on. So thank you so much for being here, Liz. And of course, I am Wada, sending you a big fat hug. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for dropping in. And so, yes, Liz, I love this deck. It was really resonating with me when the card came out for one of our regulars on the team last night, and I literally just couldn't get it out of my head. And so when I started to feel the cards and feel my way through the deck, Spirit guided me to pull out the cards about the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the yin and the yang of helping bring the union into balance within first, as within, so without. So then the divine counterpart will recognize your energetic signature because you are in balance. And so as you can see in this card, guys, the distorted divine masculine, because we carry both masculine and feminine within us, many of us are in this energy quite frequently. And as I was mentioning in my own life, I experienced very early on the distorted masculine energy in my early childhood and youth, because that was how I was able to feel a sense of equilibrium. I would make sure my needs got met. I wasn't going to wait for someone else to take care of me or to meet those needs. So I was always running the race. I was always on the hamster wheel. And so I didn't realize how impactful that would be when it came to being involved in partnerships, friendships, relationships. And so I recognized for myself the need to heal and balance that energy. Okay, so that was the bad news, so to speak. You know, when you know better, you do better. So when you know that you have that tendency to lean towards that distorted masculine energy, it's now time to shift and learn about what the appropriate divine masculine energy has that you can learn to bring into balance for yourself. So let's go with that now. And welcome to those of you coming in. Hi, Ilana, good to see you. I'm so jazzed. Every time I see everyone, like I said, it's like a big fat family reunion. I'm like, hey, you, welcome. All right, so moving out of the distorted divine masculine energy into the divine masculine energy is this. When harnessed in a healthy way, the divine masculine creates structure for the benefit of all that he touches. Oh, good night, Liz. Guided by angels. Have a blessed evening. Look forward to more of your content and look forward to seeing you in the next live. Also, guys, tomorrow, Matt with King Trident's Tribe will be hosting a live, and it would be wonderful if you guys can drop in and show him some love. And I'm certain that there's going to be some content that you'll receive, that you'll glean, and find something that will be helpful for yourself in the journey. All right. So it says this, the divine masculine emerges in direct response to the presence of divine feminine. He is always present, but he needs positive space created and held by the feminine in order to grow and develop. Guys, doesn't that sound an awful lot like when a baby is growing in the mother's womb? So it's a positive space created and held by the feminine so that the masculine can grow and develop. The masculine energy is characterized by protecting what is truly valuable, being attentive, helpful, and able to make decisions. It displays leadership qualities, a sense of accomplishment, and goals, setting goals, building and creating for the good of all rather than individual gain. While facing and overcoming challenges in a more linear, direct approach to getting things done. The masculine is sensitive, spiritual, intuitive, but he approaches and expresses these qualities in ways that are different from the feminine. The masculine enjoys getting results and experiencing a physical outcome from his effort, often utilizing art or music as a rich embellishment to honor the feminine energy that also flows through his creation. The divine masculine can move mountains, yet be incredibly subtle at the same time. He needs to return to the feminine forces regularly to replenish himself, which in the past was regarded as a weakness, leading to the distorted approach of attempting to dominate or control the feminine. Wow, guys, I'm going to read that part again. The divine masculine can move mountains, yet be incredibly subtle at the same time. He needs to return to feminine forces regularly to replenish himself, which in the past was regarded as a weakness, leading to the distorted approach of attempting to dominate or control the feminine. Yet, when he looks around, he sees that the feminine is available to him in an unlimited abundance, and he is free. You've drawn this card because your masculine energy needs to create or achieve something to bring a project through to fulfilling conclusion for the good of all, and to let go of the idea that you are weak because you need the nurturing support of the feminine. Look to the things that need to be done in your life. Look to where you are too hard on yourself or excessively independent, and give your divine masculine permission to work his magic in his own way. Oh my gosh, guys. So see, it's a dual process, both the divine masculine in the feminine, the gender of feminine, and it's the divine masculine in the gender of the masculine. And if either one is out of sync, out of balance, and are operating from a place of distortion, and I'm just going to put these two cards so you guys can see side by side, you know, the distorted masculine is almost like, if you see him, He's got his hand up almost like help, you know, like he's trying to shield himself. The sun is beating down. There's a time clock to be punched. There's bullets coming from a tank being fired upon them. And so there's a lot of feeling helpless, but yet having to remain strong through it all. And then you have the divine masculine in balance, and you see the lion, which is courage, valor, right? Power. He has his shield. He's in a authoritative power stance, you know, and he has the eagle right there. You know, the eagle, laser precision, focus, direction, guidance. I believe this is probably the eye of Horus up here, and we have the pyramids and the spiral. So this is a balanced masculine that is standing in their power, as opposed to the distorted masculine, who is probably very reactive, feels very victimized, feels very frustrated and helpless in his own life. And so seeing the contrast between these two should help us, one, have some compassion for the divine masculine internally within us and externally in our counterparts, in our soul tribe and families and communities. But there is definitely a struggle because of the current of toxic masculinity that runs throughout our world, which is why we're being called as light workers to step into our power, to assist, to bring light and illuminate truths that will help us to all become the greatest version of ourselves, to raise the vibration and frequency of love in this planet, to help. Because as we read, it is the space that we as divine feminines create that helps the divine masculines to be nurtured and to have a safe place to stand in their power. And welcome, Darlene Austin. Hello, good to see you. You know, I'm not sure if I will be pulling cards, but if I do, absolutely, you betcha. But this message really just came through super strong. Now, I'm going to leave these two cards like this, guys, because this is the direction that we want to see the divine masculine going into. And, you know, I know it's a bit of an old-fashioned word, but chivalry does still live. And so this is what the card has to say. To be chivalrous is synonymous with having integrity and courage. Who or what is a chivalrous man, and how does he behave? A chivalrous male will face up to the many challenges that life presents and protect the people that he loves and whatever he truly believes in. On a less heroic, more everyday note, he is both the protector and provider and applies himself to these roles at the levels of family, friendship, relationship, and community. The chivalrous male has a deep respect for the feminine and the powerful understanding that he himself is nurtured by supporting the feminine and helping her to thrive. Okay, guys, so you know, energy doesn't lie, right? How will you recognize the energetic signature of your divine masculine external counterpart? It tells you right here. They want to help and support as you are becoming your greatest version, helping the feminine to thrive. It says he recognizes that actions like opening a door for a woman or offering a lady a seat can add a flourish of charm and style to the way he lives his life, and he derives joy from them. Moreover, he takes pride in the fact that he can be gallant without losing his sense of self or feeling demeaned. Appreciating and enjoying the inherent differences between the masculine and feminine helps the chivalrous male to enjoy this way of being and to be uplifted by the company of the luminous woman. So that luminous woman is the counterpart card that I'm going to share with you when we do the feminines, but this is accurate. By drawing this card, you are calling the energy of chivalry into your life. If you are a man, you are encouraged to consider the ways in which being chivalrous can enhance your life and find more ways to demonstrate it. But beware, chivalry is not just about gestures or going through the motions. Okay, it's about understanding the subtle interplay of the masculine and feminine energies and tapping into the sublime source of nurture, warmth, support, and love that is available from the secure and supported feminine. If you are a woman, this card is asking you, look at the ways you can allow more chivalry into your life, and encouraging you to look for the chivalrous qualities in the men around you. When a man does something chivalrous, gallant, or polite for you, thank him and let him know that you've noticed his chivalrous quality. A compliment such as this will surely motivate him to behave this way again in the future. Guys, this is a big deal. The chivalrous, I'm going to put that up there for you. Masculine chivalry is important. This is a critical aspect of helping the divine masculine to get into balance. As you can see, we just talked about, for those of you just joining, we talked about the toxicity of the distorted masculine. He's overwhelmed. So if you're in this state of mind where you're overwhelmed and you're barely able to cover yourself, defend yourself, protect yourself, surely you're not in your power to be able to do it for anyone else. So it's kind of like if you were to walk up to an animal that has been overwhelmed. And I'm just going to share this little story. A friend of mine, her daughter and herself were on the road, and someone had hit a dog that was running across the road. And the lady got out of her car to see about the animal. And because the animal was so overwhelmed, it literally bit her. She was just coming to help, but it attacked her. And so many times, if you experience reaching out to a divine masculine counterpart and they don't meet you with a response of love and reciprocity and support, they may be in the energy of the distorted masculine, depending on what is going on in their own personal world. And so when, in contrast, when the divine masculine is in his supported energy, he's able to assist the feminine in thriving in her energy because he's in a position of power. He's not crouched down being in victim mode, so he's able to stand in his power. So when we talk about you can't give from an empty well. This masculine in balance is not an empty well. He has enough to give without depleting himself. And so it's really important that we show that understanding and compassion for what masculines are going through and what we as feminines in gender are going through with our internal masculine. And when we acknowledge and recognize the evidence of the balanced divine masculine is this: they will show up in a chivalrous way. They will show up ready, as Matt of King Trident's tribe, he talks about when a divine masculine is in his king energy, he comes with his A game. And since energy doesn't lie, you'll be able to detect that. You'll know in your knower through your intuition when a divine masculine is in the distorted, in his divine masculine, and in his king energy. And you'll know by how he moves. This fellow isn't standing hunkered over and clumsily walking. He's got his shoulders back, his head is held high. That eagle that's here is on the move. He's got his horse, which indicates movement. He has flowers, which, you know, we all think of roses as love. He has a rose on himself, indicating that he loves himself. He's taking care of himself. He has his cape on, his purple cape, indicating that he's in his power. He's ready to protect. He's ready to provide. He's ready to move forward. And you will know that by how the energy comes across. And I know as readers and people who are intuitives, You know, we can give energy updates and we can show things in, on a daily basis. But as you are developing your self-mastery on this twin flame journey, you will intuitively know if the person is in that place where they are able to be, can't say the word, reciprocal, or to show reciprocity, where there is an equal give and take. So that was our divine masculine information to help kind of give everyone a heads up as to what to be paying attention to, so that you don't feel as distressed or thrown off when these things manifest in the person that you are seeking partnership with. All right, so now we're going to move over to the distorted divine feminine. Okay, so much like the distorted divine masculine, when the energies are off, not in balance, not in alignment, the feminine in her divinity becomes distorted. And so I like that this book, that these cards go more in detail to assist with understanding about what to recognize so that we can help ourselves. So it says this: it's time to recognize the distorted feminine in your life. Release these negative patterns and live fully and happily in the present. It says the distorted feminine may not appear to run the world in the same way the distorted masculine does, yet it is just as commonplace and equally destructive. Okay, guys, here we go. The distorted feminine is characterized by negative emotions, depression, neediness, a sense of going around in circles, or need for pointless drama, feeling unattractive or being trapped and powerless. In this mode, the feminine can even be dishonest by means of manipulation, not saying what she really means, or by being unclear about what she needs. This gives rise to unspoken or ever unfair expectations. The distorted feminine may seek to catch out or trip up another in order to have something to be upset or angry about. This need for attention, whatever the cost, an expression of insecurity, can damage her health, her relationships, and even her career prospects. That's deep, guys. After centuries in the shadows, receiving little credit for her effort and shouldering guilt and blame at the hands of global institutions, the feminine is tired. She feels unloved and unsupported by the masculine in her world. Maybe life even seems like a struggle. While some of these things may be true, remaining in the distorted feminine is not the way to resolve them. You've drawn this card today because the distorted feminine is lurking somewhere in your life and is asking to be acknowledged and healed. Being honest with yourself about what is really happening is the first huge step toward empowerment. Guys, I'm going to repeat that. Be honest with yourself about what is really happening, and that is the huge first step towards empowerment. Are you constantly becoming involved with the wrong kind of partner? Do you blame your mate for things that aren't working in your life? Do you second guess yourself or imagine that other people think ill of you? Are you afraid to ask for what you really need? And are you waiting until someone else figures it out and gives it to you? Or are you dwelling on old feelings of hurt or disappointment? Your angels and spirit guides want you to know that now is the time to bring this energy to the surface, bless it for what it has taught you, and then let it go. It is time to live in and for the present. Whoo, guys, I don't know what to say. This is just like, oh my goodness, right? This is huge. So in contrast to the divine, or the distorted masculine, I should say, because I want to put these side by side so you guys can see this. Okay, You notice they both kind of have their hand up in the air like, oh my gosh. You know, they're reaching up to shield themselves. They're reaching up for some sort of support. Both of them have the sun in this picture. He's above on the ground in the land, and she's below in the sea, which we, recognize water as emotions. So she's deep in the water. She's deep in her emotions. She's dealing with a lot of feelings of helplessness, unworthiness. Both of them are operating in a lack and, what's the word? Bear with me, guys. It's going to come to me. A scarcity model. They don't have enough here. Neither one of them has enough of what they need to help themselves or each other. And so for those of you who maybe haven't seen this before, I'm going to do it for the sake of really just a good visual for you guys, is I have two hematite magnets here, okay? So when the magnets are in the correct polarity, there is no way anything will keep them apart. But what I can tell you is when they are not, no matter how hard I try to push them together, they won't come together. And as a matter of fact, look at how it repels it. It chases it away, okay? So, gosh, I don't know if I can get this up with my nails now, y'all. I'm not gonna worry about it. But when they are in the correct polarity and in balance, right? Watch this. You can't keep them apart. Did you see that? That's powerful. That is the type of magnetic attraction that comes when the divine feminine and masculines are not in this distorted energy, which we're talking about right here. So, pretty interesting, right? So this is just to help us get a perspective on how to get our emotions and be honest with ourselves and really pay attention to what we can do to self-help and prepare so that we can become our greatest version of ourselves. And so this is why I feel like Spirit wanted me to bring these out. So now we're going to talk about the divine feminine when she is in balance. Okay? All right. And thank you for those of you joining us. I hope this is helpful and encouraging to you because we're really focusing on how to be prepared for union within ourselves and also to be prepared for union with the divine masculine counterpart for our lives. And so here is the divine feminine when she is in alignment. And as you can see, just like the divine masculine, let me show you guys, he has the eagle on his shoulder and she has a bird on her shoulder as well. It might be a parrot or scarlet macaw, I really can't tell, but as you can see, she has all kinds of growth, nature. She's part naked, so she's vulnerable. The moon is in the background. He has the sun in the background. They're kind of the yin and yang, right? But nevertheless, this is the feminine in balance. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what qualities we will identify in the balanced feminine. So it says, the feminine is the fundamental form of abundance. The divine feminine is returning to us all once more after thousands of years of dominance by the distorted masculine. She is characterized by qualities such as nurturing behavior, patience, caring, acceptance, trust, going with the flow, harmony with natural cycles, sharing, communal support, healing, a connection to nature, and a more circular, organic way of getting things done. Intuition, especially the decision to use and trust it once more. Wow, guys, I'm sorry. I had to just stop for a minute here. We've been mentioning on this channel for quite a while the importance of trusting your intuition. This is part of the qualities of the divine feminine. Trust intuition, especially use the decision to trust your intuition more. It's also extremely important in the feminine realm and feminine approach to life. These qualities are not always highly valued in our society, whether you are male or female. You may have been brought up learning to discard or distrust them. And that is the truth. Many people experienced conditioning in early childhood to give away their power, to give away their intuition and trusting themselves to make good, sound decisions. Okay, so it says the feminine way of being patient or caring is not just about giving all the time and finishing up exhausted yourself. It's about having faith in the fact that the universe can and will guide you if you allow it. That's a part of that receptivity, allowing it to take place. The divine feminine is a vital force from which all other life emerges, and it works towards a win-win outcome in every situation for the good of all involved. All things creative, sensual, and nurturing belong in the feminine realm, so indulge that with awareness as a way of expressing your delight. Make a commitment to listen to, trust, and act upon your intuition more today and every day. If you have drawn this card, your heart and intuition are calling out to you, urging you to trust your feminine energy more and more. So now we're going to go through an exercise to help you regenerate your divine feminine energy so that you can take the steps to acknowledge the power in you. Hey guys, I'm so excited to see all of you. I hope that these messages are resonating and encouraging you. I've got a couple more cards to go through before I can really get in and engage with everybody, but I hope that you are gleaning from this. But this is the exercise to reintegrate your divine feminine. So if you can make sure you're in a quiet place and try to eliminate as much distractions as you can, just listen to this message and just take it in, okay? So take a minute or two to contemplate your own feminine qualities. Do you tend to hide your gentleness, softness, feelings, emotions, creativity, or intuition around some or even all other people? Do you have an exterior that is a bit tougher than you would like? Okay. What might your divine feminine look like if she had a form? So if you were to envision your inner divine feminine, what does she look like? Okay. So it says, if you're a woman, she might be wearing a beautiful flowing dress, have flowers in her hair. She might look like a goddess, a fairy, a high priestess, or an empress. She might look like she's from a bygone era and have a strong quality of romantic, feminine beauty around her, like your own personal inner Guinevere. If you're a man, your divine feminine might also look like a female or a goddess type of figure, or like a creative male, perhaps an artist with brushes and an easel, or a musician playing romantic, expressive instruments like a violin. Perhaps yours will look like a poet from another era or be wandering in a beautiful garden. Regardless, let your imagination run wild and create something wonderfully feminine in your mind. Now, call to your divine feminine in your mind or out loud. If you can't see the image in your mind's eye, don't worry, your intention is enough. Just call to her and ask her to return to you fully. Let your divine feminine know that you need her influence and her wisdom in your life, and that you long for balance and the harmony that she can bring. Now imagine her coming forward immediately, embracing you and surrounding you in her compassion and unconditional love. Speak to your divine feminine in whatever way feels good for you, like she's a dear friend who's been waiting in the wings to help and support you and love you the moment that you ask her to. Ask her to show you ways to express her energy, abundance, and light in your everyday life. Give yourself a moment to feel her creativity filling you up. When you are ready, thank your divine feminine for returning. Join hands, Link arms with her if that feels good, and make a commitment to yourself to live more from this place within you. Now, if you can take a deep breath, close your eyes, inhale and exhale fully, and then open your eyes. So this message, I'm so excited, guys. It's so unexpected how all this happened. Darling DJ had a card pulled last night from this deck. Spirit led to this deck, and it led me to this journey today to bring this information out to share with everyone, because we are in the process of self-mastery. We are in the process of integrating our divine masculine with our divine feminine. And as we talked about earlier, we don't want to integrate the divine feminine with the distorted divine feminine. We need to close out that old template, that old paradigm, in favor of being in our true divine feminine energy, just as much as the divine masculines want to also close out that old cycle of the distorted masculine in favor of the empowered divine masculine. And as you look at the two of these together, they are both in their power. They are both in an equal empowerment, so that as they enter into partnership, they will both be equipped to move forward harmoniously, because they are both whole individuals. And so there's one card left in the series that I wanted to cover for the divine feminine before I get to the yin and yang, and I'll be right there with you guys. Just give me 1 second to move these around, and it is this card. And I know this is the card that came up last night, Darling DJ, talking about luminosity, and that's what really provoked me to dive deeper, to get some more understanding about how can we get into balance and prepare for that integration within, maintain it if it's already occurred, and union with an external counterpart. And yes, welcome. Hi, Jenny. Welcome to all of you in the room. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence and your light and your love, and I hope that these cards and these messages are going to help you along your journey. So it says this. We just talked about the distorted divine feminine, closing out that template in favor of coming into your divine feminine energy. And when you are operating in your divine feminine energy, it's much like the divine masculine. You have chivalry. These two are counterparts. Can you see it? She's in her power, he's in his power. They're both filled with rays of light. So this is the destination that the divine feminine wants to get to, needs to get to, in order to be balanced and healthy in preparation for the union with an external counterpart. It says, when a woman glows from within, she naturally attracts a chivalrous male. When she glows from within, she naturally attracts a chivalrous male. That's her counterpart, right? Okay. So it says, when you are connected to your divine feminine, you become luminous. Your true nature shines from within and you glow. The luminous woman is the feminine counterpart to the chivalrous male. They are attracted to one another, complement, support, and nurture each other. In this modern age, it can be quite difficult for a woman to find her luminous center and live from that place, because we have fallen into the trap of believing we are supposed to have, be, and do it all of the time. What this usually means is that the woman takes too much upon herself and tries to fill the roles of the men in her life instead of asking for their help. Guilty as charged. In my old paradigm, that was me. In order to make sure my needs got met, I took charge all the time. So I was not in a receptive feminine energy. I was in the go get it, make it happen, do it all energy. And so this was very healing for me as I started reading this, and I thought someone may benefit from this. So I hope that these messages are connecting. Okay, so it says, being luminous requires poise. It is worth the extra effort of patience at first that is required. Usually what is the most effective is an adjustment of perspective. A luminous woman asks for what she needs with respect to the other person's time and feelings, and then goes about her day confident that her request will be responded to. If it takes longer than she first hoped, she does not become overbearing or critical. She simply focuses on her own life and what she is able to do, thus creating a positive space for the chivalrous male to step into. Whether we like it or not, the responsibility of going first lies with the feminine, as very few men will continue to be chivalrous in the space of a woman who isn't luminous to some degree. Being luminous requires practice, as the feminine helps you let go of old patterns of taking over, micromanaging, or insisting that things be done your way. You have drawn this card today because the luminous woman is calling out for attention, urging you to be graceful and incorporate some luminous energy into your beautiful day. Choose one small thing that you can imbue with your luminosity today. Put your request out there and give thanks for it being done. For men, this means that the feminine energy is working within and through you in positive ways. Feel the ways you can become more connected to your heart and able to express your feelings more clearly. Guys, this is, I know it's not rocket science, but this is E = MC squared. If we don't understand the formula and we don't understand the characters that make up the formula, we're going to struggle. And so I believe Spirit wanted to give us a picture and show us the counterparts. And so I'm going to show you guys, because of how we pulled them out earlier, what Spirit instructed me to pull out was we started with this. We started with the distorted masculine and the distorted feminine. Neither are fully in their power. They're trying to shield themselves, they're struggling, they're overwhelmed. So let's just pretend for a moment, you know, like a puzzle. So we've got a distorted masculine. If we put these two next to each other, they don't match, right? They don't match. If we put this feminine in here, not a match. Forgive me for going back to 3rd grade playing matching here, guys, but you get what I'm saying. This is not a good match. This isn't even a good match. This is just a reality, you know? So we both have to work to integrate our masculine and feminine so that we can become this power couple right here. Okay? The luminous woman and the chivalrous man. That is the true twins, the divine masculine and divine feminine. They match up beautifully, just like the integrated masculine and feminine match up beautifully, right, guys? They go together. So this is the goal. This is where we're heading, is to have this type of a union. We want the union of this template to go away. This doesn't serve either party. And if you try to link up with someone who's in that energy or you're in that energy, it is not going to work. It will not work. It will cause a lot of pain and suffering and struggling, and Spirit's here to show us that we have work to do on a spiritual nature to help this planet. So instead of these, you know, what people call love games, if we can surrender and get into balance, the sooner we can get activated on our individual missions and our joint missions with our counterparts. And so with that said, this is the goal right here. The yin and the yang, to get into balance, to be integrated, to have union within yourself, and to be able to move forward because you are in balance. There's no resistance, there's no push-pull, there is a balance, and that is where we are headed, especially if you are doing the work of self-mastery. This is the destination you're headed to, okay? And I hope everybody is doing well. We are just raising up this vibration and this power through knowledge. And I'm just very appreciative and thankful that you guys are here. All right, yin and yang, Strive for harmony and balance in your inner and outer life through change, reflection, and growth. Love, relationships, and life in general are infused with yin and yang energies of both the masculine and the feminine. When feminine and masculine energies flow well together around each other, you will be blessed with harmony, balance, abundance, and joy. When there is too much of one energy, or when one is weak, you will be challenged in certain areas of your life and relationships. In an existing relationship, there may be too much yin if the feminine is dominant in some way. I'm going to repeat that. In an existing relationship, there may be too much yin if the female is dominant in some way. Maybe the home is too pretty and the male cannot find a place where he feels comfortable, or their lives have become about the children and the sexual. The yang energy has disappeared. If there's too much yang present, the female will feel suppressed or controlled. Whatever the imbalance is, it needs to be addressed. If you are seeking your soulmate, twin flame, take a moment to sit quietly and tune in to the balance of your own yin and yang, your own inner divine masculine and feminine. Ask yourself these questions. Do you have a tendency to be too passive? If so, that's too much yin. With a potential partner, or too aggressive, that's too much yang. If you always let the other person make decisions, or if you're always the one trying to make something happen, it is time to create more balance. You've drawn this card today so that you can consider the levels of yin and yang in your life and make the adjustments where necessary. Make the required changes in your behavior, environment, and even in your wardrobe. Outer change must be accompanied by inner reflection and growth. Contemplate the yin-yang symbol. Close your eyes and meditate on the feeling of being balanced and harmonious once more. Call in whichever you need more of. You can even wear a yin and a yang symbol as a pendant for an even stronger connection to the balance and harmony it depicts. Guys, sorry I had to come up for air just now. This is what this journey is about. And I know this seems like we went to elementary school today with the magnets and with this card matches this card and that card matches that card, but ultimately it is the goal to be integrated in your masculine and feminine energies in balance within yourself, so that what happens is you will attract your divine counterpart. You will match up your frequencies. You can even see the light beaming out, right? It's attracting him. He's going after her. She's going to be receptive to him. They're both going to be operating in abundance instead of operating in scarcity, in lack. So if you have been going through this journey and you have been dealing with the fluctuations in energy, struggling with connecting with that divine counterpart, this is to help you get back to the heart and soul of the matter and get into balance and understand this journey isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. And so the sooner you become more conscious and engaged in this process, the sooner you can move through. It's just like if you've studied for a test. Have you ever gone to school and you didn't study for a test? It's difficult. You jump in and you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna make B for all 5 first questions. And you know, you're making patterns. There's like no rhyme or reason because you didn't study for it. You're just guessing. But if you're coming in and you've studied, if you have been taking the time to review the material, your test is not going to be as difficult, even though some of the questions may be challenging. So Spirit is really encouraging us to learn more and understand about these interpersonal human relationships so that we can be more conscious, aware, engaged, and able to have a healthy connection with our counterpart and a healthy connection to ourselves. And so before I close out the reading, this card came out yesterday, guys, and I apologize if the lighting is kind of wackadoodle. I'm going to turn it down. I Am Wada was with us when I was just testing out this new platform to see how everything was going to lay out. And the card that I pulled out was change is always good. And I just want to share to you guys why I feel this is so impactful. You know, we talk about the twin flame journey, and I always tease about, you know, Spirit doesn't want us to put square pegs through round holes. A lot of times we are struggling in this journey because a counterpart is not resonating with us. Their energy is not like these two magnets that just are drawn together. They're it's a fight, it's a struggle, and that can cause a lot of emotional distress and feeling disempowered. And so you want to get to this. And so in order to get there, change is always good. And so I had an experience that really kind of threw my mind to understand this a little bit more. Was over the weekend, I was trying to go live to connect with you guys through YouTube, and I set up the live, I walked away, I came back, and I could not go live, and I had no idea why. And I was searching the internet, I was struggling, Darling DJ was there, I was like sweating it out, trying to understand, why can't I get this to work? It always worked in the past, but quite honestly, I always had technical difficulties in some capacity, but I was still committed to just using this old system to try to get the messages out. No matter how bizarro it seemed, I'm like holding a tripod with one foot in the air trying to get reception. And so it turns out YouTube determined that if you don't have 1,000 followers, oh my gosh, I said 1,000, 1,000 followers, you do not have the threshold that YouTube will permit for you to go live from a mobile device anymore. And so I first went into a bit of a panic, like, hey, I promised everyone I was going live. I don't know how to do this. I tried another solution. I found an app. It worked okay, but it was still quite taxing, but I got it done. And so Spirit was kind of walking me through why all this was happening. Just like in the twin flame journey, when you're trying to put a square peg through a round hole, it may seem like it's kind of going to work, but it's not really going to work. And so I had to step back for a minute and I had to think about, okay, I need a different solution. I need to make a change. I had to surrender and decide it was time to make a change. So I found another platform. I use a motorized gimbal so I can control the camera like this and such. It's basically like a powered selfie stick on a tripod. And I found a solution. And when I tell you guys, it led me to recalibrate. It made me recalibrate this gimbal, because what would also happen is the camera would snap off and flip upside down and do weird things, which would totally throw me off in the middle of a live. So it prompted me to recalibrate the gimbal, load the software, and move forward. And when I tell you, yesterday we had the most smoothest live. It was like, it was mind-blowing. And so Spirit had me chuckling today as I was driving along the road and just kind of laid it all out for me, like, so, you know how you were struggling and you were committed to working it out, even if it was stressing you out, making you crazy, and you were still committed to that old way of doing things? And I was like, right. And you see how I intervened and made it where you had to try something different? And I'm like, right. And after you tried that something different, everything worked out fine, didn't it? And I was like, right. So guys, if you are in a place of sticky stuckness in your twin flame journey, change is always good. Change your perspective, change your attitude, if you want different results, try something different. And the different thing is getting your divine masculine and feminine within integrated so that you can heal the distorted divine masculine and distorted divine feminine qualities and traits that you may have acquired over the course of your lifetime. And do a hard reset to get back to being the divine masculine and divine feminine integrated and in union within, so that you are vibrating at a frequency that is going to be recognizable by another high frequency individual who is ready to have a relationship with you that is good for your soul. And recognize and understand that whether it's the twin or not, sometimes the twin has not done the work and they make a free will choice to not choose to do the work. But you have to know that God, Spirit, Source, Universe, and your angels have a mission for you. And there is a counterpart that will step up and step in and be matching you on a high vibrational level, ready to move forward and to go forth. Hopefully it is the person you perceive as your twin, but keep your mind open and ever expanding and evolving to the possibilities of what is for your greatest and highest good, and move boldly forward, living your greatest life right now. All right, well, I hope that that helped encourage everybody. In the meantime, I just want to share with you some of the channels that have given me encouragement along this path. It has really blessed me and encouraged me. And if you have a moment to check out their channels, to like, share, subscribe, engage with them, they're all wonderful individuals that I've personally interacted with, and I feel that they're very much a positive influence in the Twin Flame community. That would be Melanie with Whole Again 1111. Matt with King Trident's Tribe, Ashley Lynn, the XOXO Goddess, Brittany Henry with Alluring Vibes, Missy with Saltwater Hills Tarot, and Liz with Guided by Angels. And I do have plenty more that I'll be sharing in the future with you guys so that you'll have an opportunity to maybe be exposed to some new channels and some new insights. Also, for those of you just joining, if you weren't with us last night, this is myself, Stella, on the left, and my daughter, Kate, on the right, and we are here to open up the room for lives and to serve the Twin Flame community, to help with encouragement, for empowerment, mindfulness, and preparation of your union within yourself and your counterpart. And I just want to encourage each one of you to be positive, to stay empowered and encouraged. And it looks like we're going to have some time to go ahead and do some individual card pulls. And I thank Spirit for giving me this deck to utilize to do so. It is called the Empowerment, Magical Times Empowerment Cards. So let me go ahead and get back over to our camera. And so if you would like to have a card pull, please indicate so with a heart in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and look down because now I can actually engage with you guys, because Spirit was like, get that message out, get it out. I'm like, okay. Yes, teacher. So, hello. I don't know who's here. Oh, Patricia. Hi, Mimi. Wada. Darling DJ. Love you guys too. I feel so blessed that I was able to hop on and share this message, because I truly believe it's timeless. It's going to be high vibrational and encouraging, and I just feel so encouraged. And darling DJ, I thank you, because that luminosity card came out and literally like triggered a flood of knowledge and download that brought this message forth. And so I hope it's going to help lots of people on their twin flame journey, to help them to get into a harmonious union. Awesome. Okay, so darling DJ, look at this quest. Oh my gosh, there's the dragon. And guys, we know that dragons are associated with supernatural spiritual prowess. And so let me see if I can turn the light back up a little bit. There we go. It says, be bold and mighty forces will aid you. Take action. Good luck favors the brave. And I'm going to go ahead and read the affirmation for you. I am so excited. That is so awesome, you guys. I love these cards. Oh, oh, happy day. Okay, all right, darling DJ. Today I will start a new journey. I will not wait until everything is just right. I know there will always be challenges, obstacles, and imperfect conditions. So what? I will get started now. With each step, I will grow stronger, more skilled, and more confident, and I will take a risk, and I will succeed. Oh my gosh, what an awesome card. I love it. Woo, I hope that that resonates with you and encourages you. You are stepping forward in your quest. Beautiful. All right, Patricia, this card is for you. Yay. Oh, you guys, it's such a blessing to have you here. Thank you for being a part of this live and these messages, because we know it's going to help people, and your energy and your love in this room helped tremendously. Patricia, look at your card. Okay, I have to pull this closer because do you see it's the frog and the fairy dancing together? So you see they're in union. And also, darling DJ, in your quest card, if you go back and look at the playback, it is the feminine and the dragon. So again, there's the union again, guys. The two are one. So Patricia, it says, find your heart's rhythm, step lightly and swing with the melody. Close your eyes and let joy lead the way. Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, Patricia, this is the affirmation. Today is my day to dance lightly with life. I will sing wild songs and find my rhythm and follow the drumbeat of my heart. I will dance with my friends and family, and sometimes I will dance alone. I will invite moonbeams and dragonflies to come out and play. My spirit will soar, and no matter what happens, I will find a reason to dance. I hope you dance. In fact, the song that just came to mind is by Leanne Womack, and it's called I Hope You Dance. So perhaps if you get a chance, please listen to that song and let the lyrics just minister to you. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. I love it. Okay, this next card is for Mimi. Behind the Veil with Mimi. Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, such beautiful light and energy from these cards. I love, love, love them. So nice. Ooh, oh my gosh, Mimi, this is gorgeous. There's an angel. Kindness. Live with compassion. Open your heart to all life forms. Be an angel with hands. Oh my gosh, that is outstanding. See, all the kindness and love and joy in your heart. You are such a blessing to the people around you. I particularly can witness to that because every time you've come into the room, you've been absolutely sweet. Even when you've had a challenging time, you come in with such a gentle, kind spirit, and it's always a pleasure to have you here. And I wish you nothing but love, joy, and kindness. And this is your affirmation. Today I will do the right thing, even if no one is watching. I will remember that everyone is fighting some kind of battle, and I will show compassion. Life is filled with opportunities to be kind today. Right now, I will be the one who lifts others higher. That is so beautiful. Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. All right, this next card is for Jenny. This next card is for Jenny, or Jenny, pronounced Jenny, I think. So I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Ooh, yours flipped right over. Look at that. Oh my gosh, the dragons. Wowie zowie, power. Call upon the elements and focus your intentions. The greatest dragon is within you. That is amazing. I'm going to pull this card up closer just so that you can see. Look at that power at the core. The greatest dragon is within you. So you are really stepping into your power in a bold and mighty way. I just encourage you to keep standing firmly and trusting that Spirit, Source, and the angels have your back, and believe in your personal power, and the power that you've been given is to help make the positive changes in the world that you want to see. So it says, right now, I look to the Spirit within and I feel my inner power. I call upon the forces of nature for even more strength and direction. I will not waver from the task at hand, for this is my time. I will go forth with courage and I will succeed, for life and power are on my side. Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you, Spirit. These messages are right on time, guys. Holy bat flaps. Beautiful. I hope that that resonated with you and just bless you to continue to be so strong and encouraged by your inner power and how you affect the world in a positive way. All right, this is for Ilana Mills. Ooh, Ilana, yours literally flipped right over. Reconciliation. Look at the inner child. Oh my gosh. Remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. So that inner child healing is taking place, and you also have the capacity to show great love to children or people with a childlike spirit. So the card says this is your affirmation. Today I will pause and remember those I have left behind, my lost loves, broken relationships, and I will be brave and take a step toward healing the past. I will reach out with silent love, but will expect nothing, for I know the most important mending needs to take place in my own heart. Looking back, I am filled with gratitude. For the good we had, I am filled with joy. I will give myself all of the love that I ever needed, and I will heal the past, and I will be free. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I hope that that message encourages you, uplifts you, and will be a tremendous blessing to you going forward. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, give me just 1 second. I want to just share one more little message on here before I check in to see if there are any more cards to be pulled. All right, guys, hopefully I caught everybody. I'm going to be closing out our live right now, and I'm going to go ahead and pull out a card from the Namaste deck by Tony Carmine Salerno as a blessing for everyone for the rest of this evening, and I'll be seeing you guys again on Saturday when we come on live, and I'll be planning to come on probably around 4 or 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we're just going to keep working with the heart and the soul and alignment in preparation of union. We're just going to keep doing the work and staying positive. Oh, good, Ilana, I'm glad. Oh, good, Jenny, I'm glad. Yay, Patricia, Mimi. You guys are so wonderful. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. So see, Mimi, you're an energy healer. That's why every time you come in here, it's just beautiful. Your presence is beautiful. Darling DJ, I am Wada. I just appreciate you guys so much. Oh, my gosh. Wait a minute. Did I miss I am Wada? Oh, Wada, I'm sorry. Hold on. I got Jenny. Wada, I'm sorry, sweetheart. For some reason, I didn't see that in there, so I'm going to go ahead and pull your card right now. Apologies, guys. I guess my chat moved up when I stepped away for a moment, and I missed I am Wada. So this is for I am Wada. So thank you for locking in your love and light as we pull a card to uplift I am Wada and encourage her. Such a beautiful soul, and I appreciate her spirit. I am Wada. Look what came out. It's the swans, of course, the twins, right? Elegance. It is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom. Be the swan on the water and glide. Okay, I'm going to turn that light down a little bit so you could see the detail, Wada. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my gosh. One is fully bloomed and one is blooming in real time. That is gorgeous. Okay, let me read what the affirmation is. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Okay, elegance for I am Wada. Today I will give thanks for the miracle that is me, for I was once an ugly duckling and have become something more. I see the beauty in myself, others, nature, even when things are not perfect. I know that what I become depends on what I've overcome. I will find my rhythm and glide on the waves, and I will be a swan. Yes, you are a swan. Oh my gosh, that really fits you. You are absolutely beautiful inside and out. You're such a tremendous encouragement and a light, and I appreciate your presence so much. Thank you for your support, and I hope that this card will support you and encourage you to see the reflection of your inner beauty every single day. Aww. So see, there we go. I'm telling you guys, these cards are just so positive and high vibrational. I hope that it just lifted your spirits today and brought you some encouragement. I know it was kind of impromptu, but yes, I know. I'm like trying to make my way to Sedona too, so lock in your good thoughts for me, because I feel like that's my date with destiny. That couldn't have been more perfect timing. And guys, what we're talking about is Melanie with Whole Again 1111 will be hosting a Permission to Be Powerful retreat on May 6, 2019 in Sedona, Arizona. If you are not acquainted with her channel, please check it out, and then the information for the retreat is also on her page. Melanie has been such a wonderful light in the community, very intuitive, knowledgeable, and sharing wonderful information and content, insights, and she's just pretty freaking funny too, I might add. I just adore her personality and her spunk and her well-roundedness in all of her aspects of her life that she deals with, both professionally and personally and in the collective. So please show her some love and visit her channel. All right, ooh, okay, that one literally flipped right out, guys. Oh, I love it. I'll try to zoom in here, guys. A blessed idea. An idea manifests endless blessings, but you must act to bring the idea to life. The time is right. Know that the world is full of ideas floating around aimlessly until someone notices and breathes life into them. This is your time to shine. Have faith. Have faith. Namaste. Guys, it's your time to shine. Keep working on your alignment. Be mindful of the aspects of divine masculine and feminine within yourself. Do everything you can to shut those cycles down that deal with the distorted divine masculine and feminine. Work on your luminosity, work on your chivalry, and work on integration so that the yin and yang are operating in perfect balanced harmony. And I wish all of you so much light and love and encouragement that the rest of your week is going to be absolutely amazing. Till next time, guys, blessings. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate everything you guys do, all your love, all your light, all your encouragement. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye.